Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of this episode on consciousness. I think, therefore, am I?
Wow, very, melodramatic opening for us.
It was just mellow.
Okay, but for the second half of this episode, we are going to actually have two of our co-hosts take something that is referred to as the level of consciousness test. So we're going to talk through each of their answers, and then we're going to see how they score, and we're going to delve into consciousness on our way there. Are you
Is it
two ready to take the
competition?
test?
Yes,
It is a competition.
I would love to take this test.
Whoever is
How
more
do I
conscious
win?
can have my. All right, let's dive
Applebacks.
into it.
Okay.
The first are you guys ready? You may want to get a sheet of paper.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
Yeah. There we go.
So we're actually okay.
No. I'm going to take your answers, but part of this will involve drawing.
Drawing.
What if I already have a drawing?
Great.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Question 1.
Wait.
Option 1, spectator. Option 2, actor. Option 3, director. Matthew, you're up first.
Mhm.
Are you most comfortable being a spectator, actor, or director?
Actor.
All right. Harold, how about yourself?
Well, I'm torn.
Okay, what are you torn between?
All of them. My first instinct was to say spectator.
I can click all of them.
Can you?
Yes, I can.
Then click all of them.
All right. Can you tell us a bit why you chose all three?
Well, it's because it was more of a progression, really. My first instinct was to say spectator, because 90% of the things, or the vast majority of the things you do in life is spectate. You see a lot more things than you act in.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the one I would least pick is director. Yeah, go with actor and spectator.
Okay.
Because those are the things I really do.
All right, here we go. Question 2.
All right.
My greatest fear is option 1, meaningless or unworthiness. Option 2, loss or abandonment. Option 3, mediocrity or being wrong.
There were 3 options, right?
Yes.
Well, I would go with the second one.
Do you want me to read it for you again?
Please read it again.
All right. Option 1, my greatest fear is meaninglessness, unworthiness. Option 2, my greatest fear is loss or abandonment. Option 3, my greatest fear is mediocrity or being wrong.
Yeah, the second one.
Loss or abandonment?
Yeah. It's getting very personal. Have you taken this test before?
Countless times.
That seems excessive.
Matthew, you're up.
Can I click all of them?
No, you are a very frightened boy. Okay, Matthew selects all
I
of them.
click 1.
The first one, meaningless or unworthiness.
Yeah.
Wow,
All right.
there's a lot of pauses today.
If you guys aren't comfortable sharing why, feel free. We can move on. Or if one of you wants to share why you chose these items, feel free.
Well, I just want to know how many questions there are.
13.
Okay, so we can get through this.
Yes,
get to
we can.
question 3.
Okay, this one's interesting. Question 3. I focus more on 1, another person or group. 2, humanity as a whole. 3, myself. So is your focus most on other people or the groups around you, humanity as a whole, or yourself?
Can I just ask, who on this earth goes about their day and says, let me make sure humanity as a whole is doing okay now?
I genuinely think that that's not the right. I think that there are people that do that.
Yeah,
I think that there are people who dedicate their entire lives to the betterment of our world.
Interesting.
And oneself, which is included in humanity as a whole.
Exactly, yeah.
Selfless people.
So who's up first for this question 3?
Matthew.
Well, clearly I'm just a selfish, self-preservating person because I would say myself.
All right.
But I think that might also be, self-criticism sort of thing is more where my head goes to. But
I would say number 1.
Another person or group?
Yes.
Awesome. I could see how all 3 of these are equally conscious, but we'll see what the test says at the end.
What is this test supposed to be measuring?
Your level of consciousness.
So we've decided that there are levels. Okay.
Yeah, and
Continue.
yes, there are. And this is going to put you on the spectrum. Question 4. The areas more important to me are, really, that is how it reads. The areas more important to me are meaning, creative expression, purpose, service, attracting abundance. That is option 1. Option 2. The areas most important to me are survival, control, security, the past, money. Option 3. The areas most important to me are understanding, learning, the future, prosperous thinking.
1.
I have a quick question on that.
Okay. Matthew says 1.
Well, they talk about the present and the future. Well, no, they talk about the past and the future.
Mm-hmm.
But do they talk about the present in one of them?
I think 1 is insinuated the present.
I think I'm gonna go with number 3.
Okay, got it. Do you want to speak on that, or do you want to move on to question 5?
Well, I think it's because I'm not really preoccupied with meaning and purpose.
Okay. Matthew, do you want to speak on yours?
Could you read number 1 again?
Meaning, creative expression, purpose, service, attracting abundance.
Attracting abundance?
Mm-hmm.
Peculiar.
Peculiar indeed. I just saw myself more with the other options, so I picked 1 for that reason.
Yeah, I think meaning and creative expression serve you quite nicely.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right, well, let's move on to question 5. This one's a little interesting. I often experience in my life, option A, chaos, emotional reactions, negative thinking. Option 2, proactivity, control, I cannot read this word.
Synchronicity? Is that right?
Thank you. I love you so much. And then option 3, purpose, rhythm, beauty, flow.
Well, if Matthew and I don't have the same answer for this, I'm going to be surprised.
Oh my.
I was going to say 4. How about you?
There are 3 options.
Well, shoot. How about 1 then?
I was also going to go with 1.
Oh, that's good. Not good, but
a very human answer, and I think one that will lend itself to your consciousness. Let's move on to question 6, I think.
Do we want to be more conscious, though? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, let's find out. Okay. Number 6. I regularly experience option A, service and compassion. Option B, change and growth. Option 3, victimhood, sadness, and inertia.
Inertia?
From other people?
I regularly experience in your life.
Wait. So it's not number 3, but what's the distinction between 1 and 2?
So 1 is service and compassion. So basically love and affection from others, motivation. And then option 2 is basically self-imbued growth or change.
Are you sure the service and compassion isn't like your own compassion towards others?
No, you regularly experience compassion. You can, I suppose, you can experience compassion towards others, but I think it's meant in regards to receiving it.
What's the language of number 2?
Number 2 is simply change and growth. I regularly experience change and growth. Do you consider
yourself? I'm gonna say 1.
I think I'm gonna say 2.
Okay. Okay. Do we want to talk on that, or do you want to move to the next one, which is an interesting question on awareness level?
I'm gonna say.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
The only thing I was gonna say there is that it's not that don't experience number one, but I feel like I experience number two more.
Yeah, that's super fair. All right, here we go. Question 7. My awareness level is described as option 1, instinctual, follower, habitual, robotic, reactive. Option 2, intuitive, higher guidance, truth, love, universal. Option 3, aware, intelligent, metaphoric, conceptual.
Well, these options seem like they had some like very contrasting ideas in them.
I think they're mainly just made to pull a specific emotional reaction from you.
Can you read them all one more time?
I feel like I wouldn't say any of them about myself.
Okay, let me paraphrase them. So option 1 for awareness, do you consider your awareness level to be, just reactive, pulling it off of your given circumstances, not really thinking about how you react before you react? That's option 1. Option 2 is thinking of how you react always on a larger scale in respect to the big picture.
I'd really rather you just read it again, like directly rather than somewhere else.
All right.
Sorry, thank you.
Option 1, instinctual, follower, habitual, robotic, reactive. Option 2, intuitive, higher guidance, truth, love, universal. Option 3, aware, intelligent, metaphoric, conceptual.
See, I find habitual and robotic contrasting with reactive. Like robotic and reactive seem very opposing to me.
Well, I think I have an answer.
Okay, go for it, Harold.
I think that I'm gonna go with number 3.
Okay.
Because
it's very you.
There are a lot of things in there in all three, as Matthew was pointing out, that I vibe with, and a lot that I don't. But I think that I sort of honed in on one word from each and picked it, because I don't like the fact that it said intelligent in number 3, because that's not something I would necessarily say about myself. But I do think that conceptual is more me.
Yeah.
I thought one spoke to me, except that I don't see myself as a very habitual person, which is a little self-deprecating, but that's me. Nor do I see myself as robotic at all. I apologize. I'm asking you to read stuff again. Could you read 2?
Intuitive, higher guidance, truth, love, universal.
My guess.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna guess that you were gonna do 2.
Yeah.
Let's move on to question 8. My sense of myself is 1, asking questions and seeking independence. Option 2, developing a stronger sense of my self-confidence and ego. Option 3, developing the heart, becoming spiritually aware, and serving a higher good.
I heard the options, but not the question. I'm so sorry. What was just the question?
My sense of myself is.
My sense of myself is.
Well, can you read number 2 again?
Yeah. Developing a stronger sense of my self-confidence and ego.
All right. Well, I have my answer.
All right.
Do you want to wait for?
Let's wait for Matthew here.
I feel so bad. I feel like I want to look at this myself because I'm struggling to remember each option. Not 2. That's all I know.
Okay. I think you're gonna be 1. I don't think I don't think the sense of yourself is developing the heart, becoming spiritually aware, and serving a higher.
I'm speaking first every time, but I definitely don't see myself as consciously serving a higher good or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Matthew?
And I react to my ego.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'd say given how many times I've asked you to repeat stuff, I'm constantly asking questions, but yes, and I'm constantly trying to, as sort of a means of change, be independent, especially at this stage in my life. So,
all right. Here we go. Question 9. I am searching for option 1, helping others, group work, service, healing, teaching, expression. Option B, health, energy, love, understanding, goodness, truth, beauty, and growth. Option C, material goods, image and appearance pleasures, happiness, power, self-actualization, self-centeredness.
2.
So here's another case where I heard all the choices, but can you reiterate the question?
Yeah, I'm searching for.
Searching.
Yeah, I'd say 2. I'm like already forgetting what 2 was, but I just remember hearing it and be like, yeah.
2 is
I'm
health.
torn between 2 and 3.
Do you want me to read both?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 is health, energy, love, understanding, goodness, truth, beauty, and growth. 3, which, listen carefully now, material goods, image and appearance pleasures, happiness, power, self-actualization, and self-centeredness.
Well, that's really confusing because I think that self-centeredness, self-actualization, and happiness are very interesting to throw into that bag of other things. So I think, yeah, I would go with 2 because I vibe with everything in number 2 and not just part of the things in number 3.
Cool. Matthew, do you want to talk about yours or do you just vibe with it?
I vibe with it, man.
All right, cool. This is a fun, nice, not crazy language, straightforward question. Here we go. I describe my relationships as A, independent, B, codependent, 3, C, interdependent.
What's the difference between codependent and interdependent?
At that.
Do you what's the thing with symbiotic relationships? I can define these quickly for you guys.
Matthew, do you know what the difference is?
I don't.
I'm going to give you bookshop definitions of each. Codependency is codependency is a behavioral condition in a relationship where one person enables another person's addiction, poor mental health, immaturity, irresponsibility, or underachievement. Whoa.
Isn't that just dependence?
Yeah, here we go.
So codependent makes one person dependent on the other person. Interdependent is they're dependent on each other.
Yes.
No, I think, but
No, Matthew's right.
I thought that codependence was when 2 people are dependent on one another in a bad way, and interdependence is when they're dependent on one another in a good way.
Let me check one second. Oh, no. I think you are right, Harold. Yeah, codependency is unhealthy reliance on another person. Interdependency is healthy reliance on another person, and then independence is independence.
Well, I would say interdependence. Maybe this is just.
All right, here we go. Question 11. I describe my willpower as group will, goodwill. Okay, whoa, this is here. Think this one through. I describe my willpower as option 1, group will, option 2, goodwill, God will, true power, option 3, weak-willed, forceful, or self-oriented will. And this is weird language, but what they mean is, do you consider your willpower as the result of the people you are around? It is imbued by a larger force than yourself, or do you lack self-will?
Well, I group will is the only one that I really picked up on.
Yeah, me too. I think 3. Are we sure that it means you don't have will or you lack will? Is that what it was saying?
Well, it's weak will, forceful, or self-oriented will. I think what the question is actually insinuating is willpower can not only be a result of your own motivation, which is interesting.
I'd say group.
Yeah, group for me too.
Okay.
For sure.
Question 12. My thinking tends to be option 1, creative, imaginative, spontaneous. Option 2, habitual, routine, limited, linear. Option 3, guided, natural flowing, intuitive.
Well, I have
Definitely
an easy
1.
answer to that one.
Yeah.
Okay, and yours, Harold?
Yeah.
3.
Number 1.
1. Interesting. All right.
Are you surprised?
I would put you down for 1 and 3.
Well, what was 3 again? Because I remember thinking when you
3
read it the
was
first time.
guided, natural flowing, intuitive.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
By
Okay. All
thinking?
right.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I see why Harold said. Not to piggyback, but yeah.
All right. Here we go. Question 13. I spend much time coping, surviving. That was option 1. Option 2, developing skills, strengthening values is option 2. Option 3 being allowing. Let me read that again. I read that poorly for you guys. Here are your 3 options. I spend much time coping, surviving. I spend much time developing skills, strengthening values. I spend much time being allowing.
Say 3, I guess.
Honestly, I kind of want to say all 3 of them.
All right. I'll put you down for all 3. Harold, you're going to have to tell us about that, though.
Well, okay, firstly, I think that being allowing is, that was the first one that I was like, that's me. But I also think that I do the other 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's your final question. And I know that these questions have been a little weird and odd, but I think that they will give us interesting results. This final question I really like. So here are your 3 options. This is question 14, your final question, boys. Option 1, my storyline might be I am life. Your second option is my storyline might be I do life. Option 3, my storyline might be that life does me.
I would say 3.
I'd also say 3.
Wow.
Either 1 or 3. Again, we might want to put both.
I'm going to put both for you. Matthew, do you want to double up on any of these?
No, definitely 3.
Okay. Wow.
I'm going to do 1 and 3.
All right. Are you ready to submit your questionnaires?
That seems like a question where you definitely put 2, Samuel.
I would do 1 and 2. Yeah. Okay. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm going to submit both of these questionnaires now.
I'm going to have the consciousness of a tree.
We're going to know that we're conscious, guys.
I think
We're not.
returning to Deckard's, whatever his name was, thing, the fact that I took this cognitive test means I'm conscious.
Did you say Deckard's? Descartes.
Oh, interesting.
Sorry.
Okay, here we go. This is interesting.
Well, care to share?
Okay, wait. I'm trying to. They give you a lot of information. Okay, here we go. No. This is very cool. Very cool. Okay. Wow. You guys should. I'm gonna send these to you in a second. Okay, so Matthew is broken down as in the category of intuitive, being guided, other consciousness, and it says that these are qualities that will fit you. Life is good. You have a good sense of control. You have space to think and reflect. You are much more aware and interactive with your surroundings than others. There is still a stronger urge to be more and do more. You are ready to give back to others. You are aware of your uniqueness, skills, gifts, and your creative place in humanity. You begin to commit much more to a spirit. You will begin to commit much more to a spiritual path. You see yourself as empowered and a co-creator. You work more than the universal law. You work more with the universal laws and attracting those to seek aid. You realize that everything has a spiritual component. Interesting.
I don't know how we got to the spiritual component.
And okay, and this is
curiosity.
One sec. I'm reading into this.
I can talk about this for a second. But talk about Matthew.
No. Talk about Matthew first while I analyze yours.
There were a couple things there that I definitely think describe you. I mean, like at least my understanding of you.
Sure.
But you're right that the spiritual stuff was what seemed off.
And what was the start? There was something about the start that I disagree with.
Maybe I think there was something about having like a good sense of control.
Yeah, and I was like, I put life does me. I don't know how that gets me to have a sense of control.
Interesting.
but now here's where the actual scoring comes in. So, Harold, you're not gonna like this.
Oh boy.
Matthew received an awareness level of 3, and you received a Okay, so Matthew received an awareness level of 3, and you received an awareness level of 2, but you're categorized as self-awareness, and Matthew's categorized as otherly awareness, which I'm not exactly sure what it means. But Harold, may I please read out your data?
I would think Harold's much more other aware than I am.
So your score dictates this description. We'll kind of phrase: emotional growth, mental growth, creative, self-conscious. And these are the qualities then that kind of fit your awareness level and awareness type. Life is a mix of chaos and joy. You have some control in your life. You sense a strong urge that there is more to life. You want to learn more about your place in the bigger picture of life. You strive to maintain a good life with fewer downward spirals. You have more control and are learning new skills to heighten your control. You have a clearer sense of you will have a clearer sense of direction in your life. You tend to be more aware of others and their needs. You are becoming more responsible and accountable. Victimhood is not a major factor anymore. You understand that your experiences are a result of your projections. You know how to overcome your self-sabotaging behaviors. You are aware of and may still get caught up in your pitfalls, but this will shorten in time.
It sounds like exactly like me. That one spoke to me like 10 times more than mine did.
I don't know. There was actually a few moments when I thought that yours, Matthew, spoke to me more than I thought it made sense for you.
You sure you read the ones the right way, Samuel?
I'm certain.
That's pretty peculiar. Although, I mean, there were also a bunch of things in mine that I thought were true. So, peculiar.
Yeah, very peculiar.
How high does the ranking go? Does it go to 10?
I'm not sure. It doesn't give you the actual full spectrum. Do you want me to take it really quickly?
Kind of. Yeah. Why don't? Do you want to go through the same question? Like,
do you want me to read them out?
Well, not speak the questions, but
speak my answers. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm taking the thing. Oh, I have to go back. All right. This was interesting, guys. Are you guys enjoying the consciousness level test?
I kind of want to talk about trees again, but that's okay.
All right. Okay. So I am most comfortable being an actor, director. My greatest fear is meaningless and mediocrity. I focus more on myself and other person as group. The areas most important to me are meaning, creative expression, service, all that stuff. I often experience in my life purpose, rhythm, beauty, flow, and control. I regularly experience change and growth. My awareness level is instinctual, reactive, robotic. My sense of myself is developing a stronger sense of my self-confidence and ego. I'm searching for health, energy, understanding, material goods. Actually, I'm searching for everything. My relationships are independent or codependent, sadly. I describe my willpower as, I still don't really get what God-willed is, but we're going to go with it. My thinking tends to be creative and habitual. I spend most of my time that. My storyline is that I am life, I do life. Okay, here we go. I'm submitting the questionnaire. I am in the same category as Harold for emotional growth, mental growth, creative, and self-conscious. So I had the same quotes underneath. There you go. And well, you guys are just kind of vibing over there.
Interesting. I think I always take these kind of tests with a massive grain of salt because
100%.
They like to say general things, and people are like, "Oh yeah, that's me, totally."
It's like, what are they called? Your horoscope?
Yep. Yeah. A lot of it sounded like a horoscope actually to me. It, like there were a bunch of things in mine that were like, you are no longer a victim, and like.
All right. While we're here, before we go out, let's end this episode on a good note. Pick a theme for a BuzzFeed quiz.
A theme?
Yeah. Like what show do we all watch that we can pull a character from a BuzzFeed quiz with?
What kind of potato are you?
Is that one?
I think that is a BuzzFeed quiz.
Pasta? Do you want to do pasta?
I don't know my pastas. I'm not.
You know your potatoes though?
No. How about trees?
Okay.
Is there
What?
trees?
No. Do you want to do trees, Matthew?
We really should do trees.
Yeah,
honestly.
trees.
Then we're gonna call this one. You know what? Thank you all listeners for coming on these quizzing journeys with us. Okay, personality quiz will reveal what type of tree you are.
I'm so excited.
Matthew, do you want to go first?
Oh yeah.
No, Matthew should go last.
Oh,
No
okay.
cap. Harold, you're up first.
All right. Am I? Do I have to take?
No.
take
I'm
it?
gonna take it for you. What is
Okay.
your favorite season? Fall, summer, spring, or winter?
That's a good question.
That's always
Fall.
so
I would say
difficult.
fall.
Fall.
Autumn, as I would call it.
Okay. How do you?
Or winter.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Autumn.
Autumn. Okay. How do you go green? Growing your own garden, lowering your carbon footprint, recycling, reusable water bottles.
How many different options were there?
4.
Okay. I suppose the water bottles one.
Okay. Choose a place to go on vacation. The Maldives, Europe, Aspen, Maine.
I'd say Maine.
Interesting. Choose a superpower. Super strength, teleporting, flight, invisibility.
Well, you know what I'm saying there. Quattro. Invisibility.
Okay. Which word describes you best? Chill, friendly, thoughtful, outgoing.
Oh, I don't know there. I'd probably say chill. Pretty chill guy.
What's your favorite color? Blue, purple, green, red.
That's a toughie. Because everyone likes purple.
Yeah.
But my favorite color for the first 10 years of my life was blue. But then I started really liking red. So maybe I should go with green because it's the only one I don't like.
Oh, your call, man.
I don't know. I guess I'll go with purple.
Okay. Really went back there. Okay. Choose your favorite animal. Sea turtle, polar bear, squirrel, deer.
Was polar bear an option?
There was.
Well, okay, I'll go with sea turtle.
What do you like best about nature? Animals, plants, landscapes, weather.
Landscapes?
You are Harold Lundberg. You are the coconut tree.
Oh,
Gives no description.
Okay. Do me.
No. I'm next. I'll take it so fast, Matthew. You have to be the finale. Okay. My favorite season is winter. I'm going to lower my carbon footprint by recycling. My vacation spot is Europe. My superpower is teleporting. I am thoughtful. I am blue. My favorite animal is the squirrel.
No,
I like best about nature is my favorite animal is the polar bear. The bull with the polar bears. And then my favorite thing about nature is the landscapes. I am the evergreen tree.
Well,
Matthew's jelly. Okay, are you ready to take this thing, Matthew?
Nah, man. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. What's your favorite season?
Spring.
Okay. How are you going to go green?
Wait, what are the options?
Growing your own garden, lowering your carbon footprint, recycling, reusable water bottles.
Lowering my carbon footprint. I'm gonna make
Nice.
a windmill.
Are you going to go on vacation in the Maldives, Europe, Aspen, or Maine?
Maine.
Choose a superpower. Super strength, teleporting, flight.
Flight.
Invisibility. Okay. Would you describe yourself as chill, friendly, thoughtful, outgoing?
That's friendly.
What's your favorite color? Blue, purple, green, red.
Blue.
Choose your favorite animal. Sea turtle, polar bear, squirrel, deer.
Squirrel.
What do you like best about nature? Animals, plants, Landscapes?
Landscapes.
Weather?
Landscapes.
I think we may be the same tree, but let's see what happens.
I think we may be the same tree.
This is one of the most beautiful moments of my life. I'm not even kidding. Matthew, you are the giant sequoia tree.
I don't even know that tree.
It's the treeiest tree of all the trees. This is a monumentous occasion, and you know what, listeners? We are so glad that you were here to share it with us.
I think it's accurate.
Look at this big tree.
That's you, Matthew.
Oh yeah, it is.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Free Soda podcast.
Look how small the guy looks
Stop,
next to him.
Stop.
That's it. Thanks for listening, everybody. We had a great time talking about consciousness and taking the test together.
And trees.
So long.
Bye.